How's everybody doing? My name's R.C. Tucker. I'm the elementary technology teacher here in Grady County, and I want to show you a little bit about what the new milestone tests are going to be about. And the Georgia Department of Education, as you can see here, at this website, is actually put out some demonstration tests on what your students will be doing if they take the test online. And this is the progression that it's going to take. It's going to be, I think, 30%, then 60%, then 80% of students at each school will be taking this type of test online. So instead of the CRCT, they're going to have the milestone test, which is basically, well, which you'll see in a minute, the same type of style test. It's just done on the computer. So I'm going to start with the math. Now, notice that the reading here says that this is just multiple grade levels represented, and it's not one set grade level. It's just more or less to show you kind of how the tests are going to be. So I'm going to go through a couple of these items, and I'm maybe going to show you one of the accommodation demonstration tests. Again, you can go to this website up here, and you can watch all of these. But for time, I don't want to keep you too long on this, just because I just want to give you a general overview of kind of what the tests are going to look like. So I'm going to start with the math. And they already have set up where you just click log in and it'll load whatever, and it's going to have 8 questions. Click the start button. This is more of a general question here, but the main things I want you to see is what your children are going to be able to kind of get to on each question. And notice the toolbar up here that they're going to have that they can deal with. They can magnify things, okay? They can magnify the answers on the screen and go down. You can turn that off. There also may be an option for the calculator on here. I don't know if the state has decided that yet, so we're really not clear yet on whether the calculator is going to be present or not. Also, there's a blocking tool. I'm pretty sure this one is used to block out the letters so you can read. This is a scratch pad. No, it's not really written, but you can type within it if they need to. Also, there is a highlighting tool, which if the kids need to highlight, I know some of the skills and strategies inside their classroom is that they highlight certain important words that they want to see, like least and most, so they can use that. Also, there's an eraser tool that will erase both things. So that's pretty much a general toolbar here. The students down here, they'll see their questions. Again, this is not maybe specifically set up the way that the tests are going to be done, but pretty close. You can see this is just a common. There's also a folder here, a reference card that they can go to that they may or may not have. I'm pretty sure that this reference card will be very suitable for them to have on there. So that's another item at the toolbar. And each question, they're going to have to actually, if you notice, I went from question 1, and that folder is not there in the toolbar, to question 2, and then you see that folder there. And they're going to have to understand that that's the reference card. And they should have those instructions given, but just giving you a general overview. Also, there is a mark for later, so if they want to go back to the question, they can click mark for later, and it will highlight it for them down here. Moving along on the questions, just to kind of give you a general idea of how they're going to be. This question right here is just a basic question that normally is on a CRCT. They're just making their choices and answering them. When they answer a choice, and they hit go on, it's going to let them know that they have answered it with a little bubble, blue bubble there at some point, maybe purple, maybe so. But this, again, this is not grade level appropriate, so if you're a second grade parent or first grade parent watching, your child's not going to have to answer these type of questions, but it's just more of a practice test that just kind of shows how the test itself is set up. Also, if you click on and continue to click on the questions, you can see the calculator reappears on the toolbar. And then the other new thing that students are doing, and why we are pushing the actual use of typing and practice typing, is on question 7 here. Oh, notice that the calculator's gone on this one. On question 7 here, and I think it's 8, they actually have to have a typed response. So the responses are going to be typed, and they're going to be graded on a scale of 3, 2, 1 is 0, or 2, 1, and 0 on each of their responses. I can't give you any more detail than that, but that's how the computer folks and tech guys, however they're going to grade that, is what they're going to do. So their responses will be typed. Also here, there'll be a couple of times that they may have up at the upper grades different part answers that they have to answer based on the information given to them. And again, you see the calculator that's back. So this is the a general just math. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop this test and go in, and of course I'm pretty sure when they take this test it's not going to be this easy to get out of it. Again, these are just test practice questions. So I'm going to finish this so I can go back and show you what a language arts is going to look like. Science and social studies are pretty general. It's just answer A, B, C, D choice online. I've already viewed these, so I'm kind of knowing where I'm going with it. Again, you have the highlighter tool and the blocking tool, the eraser and highlighter. When you go to question 2, pretty the same basic other information. Again, they can use the highlighter to make sure they pick out those key terms and key words. Question 3. This is the one that they're going to have to know that there is a scroll bar, okay, and we are doing that, and I'm covering that. And most students in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade understand the scroll bar. They just need to make sure they look for it, and we're showing them this too during class. So they'll have a scroll bar that they have to read through, and of course answer questions on. Again, that's the same question, same story, with a new question. This one, they're actually going to have a typed response. They'll have to read this and then type their response in. Again, grade appropriate. It's a mixture of grades, so you can see this kind of information here. You can pause it and read and kind of see what is going on and how it's doing. But they will have to type. They also have to know how to capitalize and hit the shift key. So there's some things that are going to be happening that are keyboarding function wise that they're going to have to know how to do. And most 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders are pretty knowledgeable of this. Again, this is another story. They also, just like you search in Google or you work in Explore, they're going to have to notice that there are 2 tabs at the top, one to tell the definition of the links inside the story, and of course the scroll bar and your choice options. Again, they can mark for later, or they can answer. They can go back to questions, and again, you have the toolbar. Again, typed response over here, and then you have your information here, of course, with the scroll bar on each one. Again, same thing here. I'm going to go ahead and stop. I hope this was a beneficial information for you with going into the milestone test. And again, there's no reason to panic or freak out over your students. They're going to do fine. There are some tips over here that you can do. You're more than welcome to go to this website. It's free. It's not blocked by anybody. And but for those of you that may have students that are have accommodations, but this is probably a good place to look to see what's going on there too. But that's kind of what the Georgia Department of Education, that's kind of where our school system is heading in our nation and in our states. So technology is going to be around and it's going to be here. So I just wanted to give you guys a good demonstration of these what these tests may look like and what your students may have to see on their testing days this year. All right. Well, if you have any questions, you can reach me at r.tucker@grady.k12.ga.us, or you can contact me by my Gmail account at mrtuckerclass@gmail.com for any questions or concerns. Thanks.